ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades, BBAI stock. Buyers are showing up. Okay, so on Thursday. Thursday was a shortened day, and there was some selling pressure, right? We got a nice red candle there, as you can see, which makes it look like there might be a top here, right? Like when you look at it, you're like, wow, this might be at the top here. But the thing is, last week was a shortened trading week, and people, of course, are going to sell their shares. They're not going to want to hold over, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, because anything can happen between then and, now. So, especially with the trade deals and everything else that's going on. So, there was a sell-off, and it makes it look like we're going to come down and tank. But I believe this is, if you're still holding, still continue to hold this. Continue to hold this. I'm not trying to scam you here. I ain't no Vietnamese girl trying to scam you, pretending to be, this hot Vietnamese girl that's super nice. And, it's a whole thing. There's a video coming out maybe later today or this week. Someone tried to scam me, and I called them out. And it's a whole thing. It was fun. But anyways, I'm no Vietnamese girl trying to scam you, pretending to be someone I'm not. I am Shades Lee, Tom Lee's cousin, apparently. No, this is not a buy. I'm never going to advocate for chasing, but what I will say, we're going to use common sense here. We know this can go to 10. I believe it wants 10. As long as this closes, despite the fact that there's a bit of a sell-off in the markets, mainly it seems like the markets are kind of just sitting. It seems like the markets are just going to go sideways again in anticipation of a big news catalyst, the Trump administration, the Fed, whatever. I've seen this before. Usually, when a Monday starts off kind of muted like this, because it's not like we're tanking. Buyers are still showing up, but we're kind of not. We're not going anywhere really. Is what it seems like. So I expect a boring week of not much price action for the market as a whole until we get the next big catalyst that sends everything up or down. But with regards to BBAI, if buyers show up today, then we should get continuation. I think we would have gotten continuation had it not been for July 4th, because then we would have had a full Thursday and Friday as well. Although probably Friday we would have gotten a bit of a sell-off as well, no? Because people are gonna, they don't want to hold over the weekend. There's always that group of people. So this should see continuation as long as this closes on a nice little green candle would be ideal, but just buyers showing up would be. That would be a sign right there that we could continue to 10. Again, nothing bearish right now until we see a big red candle. But as of right now, it's still a hold. I'm not telling you to chase, so I'm not going to say it's a buy. It's a buy at 5 and under. You're going to have to be patient. Obviously, it's going to be a while. Too many people, you know how they are. Oh, it's never going to come back down, Shades. You're wrong. It always has come down. We can go to the yearly. I've already told you, kind of just goes nowhere, has gone nowhere for the past couple of years. Maybe one day it'll trend like Palantir. But a cup here maybe and a handle. So if this cup is going to form, we should see, again, 10. Monthly time frame. It looks like it wants to break out above and go to 10. Weekly time frame. We're starting off the week kind of sideways, with the market. So maybe this week we get I don't know, maybe the start of the handle and then we break out to 10. Who knows? But it's looking good so far. The daily, how hot is the RSI here? Ooh, that RSI is toasty. It is a toasty RSI. Historically, if we were to draw resistance, RSI resistance is, historically speaking, we're right. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. No way. Yeah. Historically speaking, RSI resistance is, we're like right at it, slightly above it, and usually means we're going to start coming down. This is the daily time frame. So we're right, that doesn't mean it's going to come down right away, but usually a sign like, hey, selling pressure about to start stepping in. So we could still get that last hurrah, right? We could still get that last big green candle up to 10. And then with the sell-off, then the sell-off happens, right? I mean, that happened last time. So let's look at the weekly RSI. Interestingly enough, on the weekly RSI, again, every time we've come up here to this RSI resistance, which I know some of you are like, RSI resistance? What the hell? You draw horizontal lines of support and resistance on the RSI indicator? Yes. If you don't do that, I don't know what you're smoking. It's a pretty good indicator if you know how to use it, beyond just looking at the numbers. So RSI resistance, we're right at it on the weekly as well. Again, this is usually a sign that we're about to cool down. Again, this is the weekly time frame, so it's not like it's going to happen tomorrow. What I am saying is we're due for the pullback. And usually, because this is the weekly time frame, the pullback is pretty steep. Like we just drop week after week and cool down. Let me look at RSI support. I am curious about RSI support here. Where's RSI support? Wow, yeah, RSI support is around 32. So there you go. That's some interesting data for me, at least on the weekly. Yeah, again, people act like, oh no, it's never going to come down. Yeah, I'm not going to believe you for a second. If anything, if we're lucky, if you guys are lucky, we're still holding, we get a nice big pump to 10, and then it starts selling off. It essentially would repeat, this. And then when it comes down to the purple line, back to 5 and under, then buy again and rinse and keep making your money. I know some people in my Discord bought down there, so they already made their money. Someone sold too soon in my Discord and they're kicking themselves, but then they made 50% on Riot stock. So that's just how it is. You're not going to catch every single pump on every stock, right? Anyways, that's it for the video. Short, sweet, to the point. I do believe that the stock market right now is just going to go kind of not much of anywhere for the time being. But BBAI, if it closes strong, green candle here, and maybe if it can break above 8, that would be great. We need to break above 8 to go to 10 at this point. That's what I'm seeing, at least. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But if the market's due for a pullback, because a lot of people believe that, there's a lot of people going short on the market right now, then we should see everything come down nice and cheap again, which is nothing more than opportunity, as I've just shown you on these patterns. It's that easy, my friends. Be patient, be disciplined, let it come down, and join the Discord, patreon.com/shadesandtrades for alerts. I will see you in the next video.